The title of Westmoore Legend is reserved for alumni who go on to reach impressive levels of success in their field while remaining true to their Westmoore values. It's also awarded to staff and community members that make a lasting, positive impact on the history of our school. Together, Jimmie and Dot Garner can check every one of those boxes. Both Jimmie and Dot are alumni of Westmoore High School. James Garner, or Jimmie as he was known, was a member of Westmoore's class of 1947. The first class to graduate from Westmoore High School after the addition of 12th grade. Dorothy Garner, or Dot as she was known, was one class behind her future husband, graduating in Westmoore's class of 1948.
They are two people that definitely stand out in their contributions after leaving this place as far as graduates. They stood out in the community. They were genuine. They loved this place, this community. They didn't hesitate to share where they were from and that they were proud to be part of this community. They represented this community. Of course, Jimmie, later in his career, all over the United States. But he didn't hesitate to tell anybody that he was from the Westmoore community.
Shortly after Dot's graduation, the two high school sweethearts would begin a marriage that would last for the next 69 years and would include the addition of two daughters, Sandy and Joan. Their love for the Westmoore school and community was on full display through their involvement as parents. Both Jimmie and Dot could always be counted on to volunteer when needed.
Anytime our class had a party, her little daughter would raise her hand and say, "My mama will bring something." We look so forward to her cherished desserts or party favors, whatever she sent. And she carried that on in her life.
When we started the process of the Heritage Program and we started the history part, the digging up what's happened in the years since Westmoore began, Jimmie Garner was the name that popped up the most. He was in everything when it came to Westmoore.
It was so wonderful to know them because they were a big part of our community. They supported the school systems, and Mr. Garner never hesitated to see that his daughter's class had the needs met.
Jimmie was an active member of Westmoore's school committee and consistently advocated for the needs and desires of the Westmoore community. When the committees of High Falls, Robbins, and Westmoore came together to make decisions regarding the consolidation into Northmoore High School, it was Jimmie who was elected chairperson and reported the committee's recommendations to the Board of Education. In addition to volunteering as a parent, Dot eventually joined the staff of Westmoore as a substitute teacher. For many years, she was one of the most active substitutes at the school, serving in all grade levels as frequently as needed. In addition, she served in many capacities in her church, Smyrna. Mrs. Garner started the church's first vacation Bible school ministry and coordinated it for many years. She and Jimmie also worked together to lead the youth ministry at Smyrna for over 30 years. Whether through the school or the church, Dot's impact was felt throughout the community, particularly when it came to children.
Dot was really a person behind the scenes a lot of times with Jimmie. Of course, she also shared her faith by her interaction in the community and also the way that she lived her life as a faithful wife, homemaker, mom, looking after the home, caring for the home and her children, and not only her children, but any of the children in the community, whether we were at church or here at school when she was a substitute teacher for many, many years. She cared for children, wanted the best for all of the children.
There were one or two subs that when you found out your teacher wasn't there, you were hoping they were the ones that walked through the door. And Miss Garner was one of those one or two that everyone was excited about. And it wasn't because we thought we were going to get away with stuff. It was just because she was the nicest, sweetest person you could ever meet.
Miss Garner was an excellent substitute. She always made us feel loved. She was kind and gentle with us, but yet we knew that she meant business when she told us that we needed to do something. But she always showed us a lot of love and care.
Miss Garner was the sweetest woman that you could ever imagine having as a substitute in the classroom. She had a calm and serene presence about her that, you know, even if kids were being chaotic or kids were being kids, she would handle it all with ease. And she made us as students feel comfortable, and she made us feel wanted. She learned our names. She knew our families. You felt appreciated when she was in the classroom. Just a goodness radiated from her soul.
They were really instrumental in some formative years for a lot of young people, specifically at Smyrna Church.
Jimmie's successful venture into the business world began when fellow Westmoore legend T. Roy Phillips was looking for a skillful car salesman. Mr. Phillips's wife, who happened to be Jimmie's third-grade teacher, remembered him as a child and recommended her husband look to him for the position. Advice he was very glad he took. After his career with Phillips Ford, Jimmie began working at what is known today as First Bank. Jimmie served in several capacities with First Bank for 37 years. For the last 11 of those years, he was the CEO. His accomplishments as CEO made him well known throughout the state of North Carolina. Under his leadership, the bank's assets increased eightfold and became the sixth largest bank in the state.
He just made everybody feel important. They would say that if he came to their particular branch, he always spoke to everyone there. He didn't make one person feel more important than the other. Later
with Jimmie's career and being able to help so many people in the banking business right here in our small area and eventually all across North and South Carolina in many respects, but never really changing the Westmoore roots.
He knew the people in the community. He knew the needs they had financially. He was able to secure and help so many people.
Jimmie was really a one-of-a-kind. I think he had the ability to interact with anybody. It didn't matter who they were. He was able to talk to them, and they felt like that they were the most important person to him right at that particular moment. He lived his faith. It wasn't something that he tried to do. It was natural for him to live his Christian life in whatever interaction he was involved in, wherever he was at in the community. It wasn't just at church. So he was really a one-of-a-kind for, I think, our Westmoore community for a long, long time.
Jimmie's success in the banking industry, combined with his character and compassion for people, have earned him numerous awards and recognitions. In 2007, he was awarded Man of the Year twice, once by Montgomery County and once by Moore County. He was inducted into the Sandhills Community College Athletic Hall of Fame for his support and contributions to their academic and athletic programs. Mr. Garner has 2 buildings named in his honor the James H. Garner Conference Center in Troy, and the James H. Garner Center for Community Education in Westmoore.
The ability to really sit here in this chair and talk to you, I attribute some to their influence in making you feel comfortable in sharing in front of people. When we would go sing, Jimmie would always ask some of us to have a word, introduce a song, just in a roundabout way, teaching, and you didn't even know it, the ability to be able to communicate in front of folks.
We just have so many good, precious memories of them, and they always stood firm in the belief of educating children and giving them what they needed, the tools and aspects.
Just both solid examples of how you can live your faith and be an example. Don't have to shout. Miss Dot wasn't one of those to do that, but living as an example for Jesus, just in the way that you interact.
Their love for their Savior, their love for their family, their love for their community is why they are truly Westmoore legends.
Jimmie's impressive accomplishments and both Jimmie and Dot's impact on the school and community are overshadowed only by the memory of their character and the way in which they treated others. Jimmie is remembered as a man who just had a way with people. His kindness and generosity knew no bounds. Dot is remembered for her inexhaustible patience and devotion to those she loved most. Together, they are remembered as a selfless couple that lived out their unwavering faith in every interaction. Their lives exemplify all that we hope to teach future generations to be, and for this, they are truly Westmoore legends.